Joe Hopkins here, and I'm doing another video about the band The Warning. And I'm gonna drink a beer while I do it, because rock and roll, baby, right? Anyway, I know I've done a couple videos about The Warning, right? Why would I do another one? And I'll tell you why, because goddamn, they've gone from being one of my favorite new bands to one of my favorite bands, you know? I'll tell you right now, it's like an amazing concert. I don't know what else to say. It's amazing. I saw them a couple months ago, back in September, in Baltimore, and as good as that show was, and it was fire. This is the concert I wished it had been. This is the one I wished I'd seen. Holy shit. Those girls are on fucking fire, man. I haven't been this excited about a band in a long time. And I think a big part of it, you can tell they're a new band. The sound is more modern. But goddamn, the look, the aesthetic, the feel, the way they rock reminds me of the 80s, 90s, even back to the 70s, like that era of rock and roll. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody has nailed the rock and roll, rebellious look, you know, the angst, the attitude this hard since Guns N' Roses. Seriously, it's got it. It really has got it. They got all the best of that era and left all the cheese out. It's great, you know? Not that there's anything wrong with the cheese from the 80s. You know, 80s cheese is great, but these chicks got it down, man. And the songs are so fucking good. And it's not a parody. It's so many bands, they try to be like old school rock and roll, and it comes off a little like a parody of it. They're not. They're just naturally that, I guess. Or maybe they worked at it. I gotta be honest with you. The nostalgia hits me, and that might be why I like them that much. They remind me, just in the look, the attitude, the moves, of the older rock and roll bands, just with newer sound. Which is good, especially since the songwriting is terrific and they're excellent musicians. The whole time I'm watching this concert, and you gotta see it, I'll put a link down below here. You gotta see this concert. It is so fucking good. But the whole time I'm watching it, what kept grabbing me more than anything else is Alejandra, the bass player. She just, I don't know if she's doing it on purpose, but she is so reminiscent of Nikki Sixx. I'm like, did she literally like watch old Motley Crue videos and actually like crib all of Nikki Sixx's stage moves? Because it's so there. And just even the way she, like the eye movements, even the facial expressions, I'm like, that is so Nikki Sixx. It was, the nostalgia was hitting me so hard, it about knocked me out, man. It's frightening. Which I love. I love that. I'm like, good Lord, man. It reminds me, the band in general reminds me a lot, just watching them, just visually, of Motley Crue, if Motley Crue were chicks. It's just so much. So fucking much. And I dig it. I really dig that. You know, like I said, the sound is obviously a more modern sound, which I like. I really like it. There are a lot of modern bands that I'm not that big on. This one, I like the modern sound if the songs are good. And these are really good songs, really punchy, really catchy. But the stage presence reminded me of Motley Crue so much. I mean, so much. The attitude, all of that. And I gotta say though, just the excitement of it, the electricity of what they're doing reminds me of Guns N' Roses, man. I remember when Appetite for Destruction first came out and you heard it and you're like, holy shit, it grabbed you. I mean, grabbed you. This reminds me of that. But the stage presence is so Crue. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know. If they're doing it on purpose, if the members of the band, any of them see this video, if you're doing it on purpose, you nailed it. If you're doing it on accident, kudos to you, man. It just means you've got that much rock presence, you know? I've always loved girl bands, too, to be honest with you. I think when chicks get it right, it hits harder than it does with dudes. Just honestly. But they don't always get it right. You know what I mean? Dudes don't always get it right. Like the chick bands, some of my favorite chick bands from history. I loved the Runaways. I loved Babes in Toyland in the 90s. I know they're not like the most well-known band, but I loved them. Loved them. Them and 7 Year Bitch. Another not terribly well-known band, but 7 Year Bitch was great. I saw them play in 96, opening for Everclear, and they were awesome, right? But, you know, these girls, The Warning, they have it down. They have it down that good, right? They have it down as good as the Runaways, right? And they have the attitude, they have the look. Seeing them live, that keeps grabbing me just because it just takes me back. And the sound, oh my God, those girls can play. Those songs are so good, so good. And I got to be honest with you, Paulina, the drummer, she does a couple songs on the piano, and when she's playing, I'm trying to remember the number. I covered it on this channel on the banjo, and now it slips my mind. That little piano piece, the second one, she gets so emotional on it. It moved me. Seeing her, that moved me. It's worth watching. Just because that's touching, and I really like it. I like to see artists that aren't afraid to really show themselves, really let something out like that. That's hard. It's hard to do. It's hard to do in front of people, to really bare your soul like that. And she really is. I mean, she breaks down into tears during the song. She's crying by the end of it, just weeping, and it's worth seeing. I know the words to the song. I can't remember the name of the song now. Anyway, too many of these, and you forget things. That and working too many hours. I'm tired, and I'm old. That's why I keep calling them girls, kids, chicks. Like, they're kids. God damn. They're less than half my age, but they got me excited. I'm really excited about what they do. They make me feel young again, and that's cool. That's really cool. Wait, some of you guys aren't that old. A lot of the people watching this are older, and you know what I mean. Some of you are younger, and you'll get it someday. But for you older viewers here, you know what I mean. When you catch one of those newer bands, these kids that are doing shit that just grabs you and it makes you feel young again, that is cool. Maybe that's why I like them so much, man. They just, it's like, this is something that feels like something I would have liked when I was young. But it's not, it's new. And it makes me feel young. I like it. I like it a lot. Like I said, I saw them back in September, which was great. What's even better, and this is awesome, because they haven't been around that long. They've been around a while, but they're still, when they tour the U.S., they're still doing club dates, right? So I got to see them in a club. It made me feel like a kid again. I'm seeing a band I like this much at a club. Usually at my age, when you see a band you like that much, it's a stadium show or a pavilion or some larger venue. Seeing them at a club reminded me of when I used to go see bands at clubs. It's great. It's a lot of fun. There are a couple of newer bands that I really, really like. And I guess by newer, I mean they've been big less than 10 years, you know. They might, some of them might be older. For some of the younger viewers out there might go, well, they've been around a while. Yeah, look at it from my end, from my perspective. The Warning is pretty new to me. You know what I mean? I guess. But I really love what they do. I'm really digging the crap out of this, and I really appreciate that they took literally one of their best shows. Because we all know, right? If you're a musician, you know you have those days that you're really on. They were really on that day. Really on. And they put that concert on YouTube. The concert is from their when they were on tour for their Error album. It's only been out, I think they put it on YouTube like 2 months ago. But it's from their last album, from their last tour. And it's just such a good show. It's so fucking great. I really appreciate that they put it on there so I could see it and appreciate it, because I do. I really like it. It's worth playing on some good speakers, man. Okay? Because it's really, yeah. I gotta say, one thing that really gets me is the bass is like way up in the mix. Kind of like when you go to see a live band in a club a lot of times. Like a lot of times the bass and the drums are up a little bit on the high end there. You can really hear how on the rhythm section is on that. Alejandra's a great bass player. That girl is on the money. And I dig it. I dig it. She's not doing anything overly complicated, but it's right in the pocket, man. And it just does the job so well. She's so on. And all three of them, they're great musicians. And that's why I'm doing this video, to tell you guys you need to watch this. You really do. If you haven't seen it already, I know a number of my viewers are fans of The Warning, and you might have already watched this. I put it on my Watch Later playlist 2 months ago when it came out, and then just didn't have time to watch it. I work a lot, dude. I'm at work a lot, so I finally had time to watch it. And 2 months ago, it might be 3 months ago now, I don't know, something like that. So I finally had time to watch it, and I watched it, and I'm so glad. I am going to watch that again. I'm leaving it on that Watch Later playlist on my YouTube. I'm going to watch it again, because damn, I like it. That is some good stuff, man. That is one of the best bands out there right now. Next time they tour the States, I'm going to see about getting tickets again. That's a band I got to see again. I got to be honest with you, they remind me of seeing Metallica like in the 90s. Yeah, I did that, and it was a great show, and it reminds me of that. Just the energy of it is that level, right? Yeah, I'd say about that. Metallica in the 90s, right? Not the highest energy show I've ever seen, but definitely up there. It's hard to top the highest. What was the highest energy show? Jesus Christ. I went to see Wu-Tang Clan and Rage Against the Machine in like 97. That is probably the highest energy show I've ever seen in my life. That was frantic beyond just Jesus Christ, man. That crowd was about ready to riot. They did have riots at some of those shows. The one I saw was at Merriweather Post Pavilion, and the cops were out there, and they wouldn't let you go into town. You had to get on 29 South. They just right on the highway. There's an exit right there. They wouldn't let you go into town because there have been riots after those shows. That's high energy. Yeah, when the crowd tears up the pavilion and just, yeah, they were lighting shit on fire. It was nuts. Yeah, they damaged stuff. That was high energy. But yeah, this concert, The Warning, I'd put it at, yeah, Metallica in the 90s, that level, right there, which is damn near the top. That's pretty high. And when I saw them live, the energy was way up there, right? Not quite as high as this show. This concert on YouTube, like, that is just next level shit. I really hope next time I see them live, it's that. I want to see that. I want to see that level. That's next level. I want to see that. Nobody's that on every night, all right? But I hope I catch them on a good night sometime. Because when I saw them, it was great. But now I've seen on YouTube a show where they were really on. Yeah. So there you go. that's my review of that. That's me talking about what I got to see on YouTube. And the cool thing about that is you can see it too. I can see it again. I can go in there and watch it again and again. It's not quite the same as being there, but yeah, man, I can see it again. And I think I'm going to. And you should too. And fucking rock on, man. And check out my music too. There's links to streaming down there. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.